good afternoon. Hi everyone, it's lovely to see you, and I can see from my iPad, which I have strategically placed, that there are a load of people already watching, so that's fantastic news. So I'm going to be talking to you, having a look at my iPad, having a look at comments all the way through. So what we're going to do for this hour is we're going to be looking at the beautiful Peony collection, but a few bits and pieces I want to tell you first. Now, the first thing you might be able to see is just below me, hopefully, I think it's just disappeared, but just below me, you will see a little line which says crafterscompanion.co.uk/page and then / Fiona's faves. Now, they're going to be things that I'm using during the show, and if you go to that page, what it will do is it will not only give you a direct link to those, but it also gives you the opportunity to take a very short survey. I mean, really short, 10 questions. And if you take the survey, what we'll do is we will credit you with a little something which you might want to use for your purchases if you decide to purchase anything from the website today. The other thing I need to say is Happy International Women's Day. And if you go to the website, whether in the USA or in the UK, you will find we have, to celebrate that, a 10% off on the things on the website. So, hey, amazing way to start this Facebook Live. Isn't that fantastic? So, what we're going to do is, as I say, I have got my iPad right here. So on here, I can see folks who are watching. So hi all, hi Con, hi Debbie. Hi to Jane. So hello to everyone. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be checking these during the show. And you know what? I think we might give away one of the demonstration cards that we do as well. So if you leave me a comment, what we'll do at the end is we'll pick a lucky winner from everybody who's commenting as well. So hopefully a lot of you have got this collection now, and it's gorgeous. I just think it is sensational, but just in case you are still making up your mind, shall we have a look and actually see what's in it first? Because we're going to be using a lot of it. So you're going to get your cut and emboss folder. This is your standard embossing folder, which has got your 3D, which has got your cut and emboss dies in there already. You are also going to be getting, and let me hold this one up, look at this, there. You're going to be getting your Peony. Now, the Peony comes with all these dies, which is just fantastic. And this is what it will do. You can stamp them out individually, you can stamp the centers, but look at the dimension that you get when you make those. So we're going to be making a layered Peony as well. So you're going to get those two in your collection. And then if you've gone for the whole collection, and I know a lot of you have, you've then got your stamps and dies. So you've got the big Peony, you've got the corner bloom as well, you've got the beautiful garland Peony as well, you've got the most gorgeous edge on. Oh, by the way, if you go to my Fiona's Faves page, there'll be a little video on there, and it's our lovely Julia who has done a great card. So you're getting an extra one if you like. There's another demonstration on there if you just watch that video using this fantastic edgeable die. This is one of my favourites. This is the Peony, which is the trellis frame, which is absolutely gorgeous, and it's got so much versatility because all the bits are cut in and out. We've also got a hello. We've got some beautiful butterflies. We have got the most fabulous swirls, which are going to go with all of them as well. And then we've got the most fantastic paper pad. Now, just take a look at this. You have got 40 sheets in here. But look at these, aren't they stunning? Double-sided, beautiful, perfect for spring. Great if you're into your 12 by 12 scrapbooking. Great for cutting into and decoupaging, because you're going to get 3 of each of these. So you get 12 different designs, which are just fantastic. And then I'm just going to look at, oh, just sumptuous, just sumptuous. The colour palette on these are delicious. But if you turn to the back, look at this. You're getting over 100 toppers as well. Now, they're already die cut for you, and you've got sentiments on there and stamps, and you can see they're going to match perfectly with the papers. And you're getting 4 sheets of these, and they are huge, so you could be decoupaging these if you want to, or taking bits out of them and decorating them as well. So that's the whole collection if you've not seen it before. Let's have a look at some of these samples though, because they are just stunning. I'm just going to pop this out the way and grab this collection I've got here. Now, I love this idea. This was one of Jessica's, and it's a really nice way of using the papers and cards that you can see. But when you open it up, what she's done with this box is she's turned it into a little gift. Isn't that just really lovely? But as well as the papers and cards, we have got, look at this. Now, there are those lovely, lovely peonies, which we adore. And look at that beautiful edgeable. Now, look at that. That, on that edge of that card, doesn't that make it absolute perfection? It really does. So you've got the peony. Then this is that incredible cut and emboss folder. And again, can you see how those corner peony stamps and dies, which work perfectly? So you stamp your stamp out, and then you can cut out the perfect shape. And it's just got one of those fabulous sentiments on it as well. And I'm going to be using all of these during the show. Now, I love that. Adore that card. This is another one from Joanne Garrett. But just look at that. That is stunning. Tiny bit of the paper. That beautiful trellis frame. The hello. And then look at the depth that she's got on that incredible 3D peony. I hope you love these, because I absolutely adore them. I really, really do. And should we have a look at one more? And we will look at some more, but then we can get on and do a demo. So how many people? We've got a fair few people watching, which is lovely to see. So if you've got any questions, do pop them in there. Hopefully, we're going to try and keep an eye on them as well. So just to see if you've got any questions, and I'll try and have a look and answer any after the demo. But again, look at that for a pop of colour. Again, using that layered peony and that beautiful folder. But you can do everything from that, which is a huge one. But look at this. This is just adorable. I love this. That has been made just using that lovely trellis die for the actual card base. They are sensational. One more, and then I will get demoing. Look at this. Is that not perfection? And it just shows how that whole collection is going to work together, because you've got the trellis, you've got those fantastic butterflies, you've got the beautiful stamps, you've got those wonderful mats and layers using the paper, and then one of the sentiments just to create a stopper. That is absolutely stunning. Really, really lovely. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to pop these back. I've got loads to show you. But I'm just going to try and keep them in some kind of order so we can see different ones each time round. But if there was a particular one, what we're going to do today is I'm going to try and use a lot of the different elements. So if you've got any questions, well, that worked well, didn't it? Ta-da! Guess who hasn't had coffee yet this morning? Or hasn't had enough coffee anyway. Let me just sort that out, and then we will get and make it. You know, I did quite well, really, because I'd actually put some out on display just to the side there, and actually managed to thank you for bringing that into shot, Johnny. I love you so much. You're so kind. Yeah, so one of those days, do we reckon, ladies? I think so. I think so. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to pop this lot all down here, and we're going to get on with the demo, because that way I can't knock them any further, and they're at the bottom, so they can't fall anywhere either. Yay, go me. Okay, so let's pop these all down here, move those out of the way, and then we can get crafting. There we go. Do you know, the nice thing about putting things on the floor is they absolutely can't go anywhere. I'm going to know exactly where they are when I want to come and grab them in a minute. So that is all good. Right, move those over there, and I'll show you the card that we're going to make. So this is the card that we're going to make first. So pretty. So we're going to be using the cut and emboss folder, and we're going to be making that peony as well. And I think that's where we're going to start, is we'll start by making this fabulous layered peony, in case you're wanting to have a go at those. So what you're going to need, let me just grab all of these over here, and I'm just going to pop my iPad just over the side there, and then we can make this. So to make the peony, to make the layered peony, the first thing you're going to need to do is to cut your peony. Now I have got a whole wodge of copy paper here. I don't know, I've got maybe 4 or 5 different layers, something like that, just there. And what we're going to do is we are going to cut some flowers. Now if you've got a Gemini, you'll know that you can cut more than one layer of some things. So we are going to pop this down in there. I don't need my metal shim for this, so I'm going to pop that down and cut several of these peonies all in one go. And the advantage of doing it like this is that I'm going to get all my layers in one pass. And if you want, you can just use some of our low-tack tape and just tape those into position. We'll pop the stamps to one side and just run them through the Gemini. So it's your thin metal plate sandwich. So you've got your cutting plate, you've got your dies with your paper and card, then I've got my opaque, I've got my magnetic, and then I've got my other cutting plate. And we will just pop those through the machine like that. Yay! And what that will have done is it will have cut me all the layers that I need in one go. There we are. So let's just take those out. Yeah, I can see they're perfectly cut already. And you can do the same with the leaves if you want to as well. But look, let's just take off our dies and our tape. Here we go. So there's that die gone. Whoops, there we go. I'm just going to pop my dies back on my sheet, because if I don't, I will lose them. Put my tape up there to use for next time. And there we go. Do you know, if I'm being a bit heavy-handed here today, but that's fine because I've got plenty of layers. So that top layer is not going to matter if I muss it up. Not that I have. But if you do muss it up, it's copy paper. So copy paper is very low. It's about 80 GSM, something like that normally. So it's the thin stuff that you use for an everyday use on your in your photocopier. So there are my big ones. So here we have now got, can you see, we've got loads and loads. In fact, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different layers. So I've got 5 of the big ones, I've got 5 of the intermediate ones, and then 5 of the small ones. Now at this stage, what you can do if you want to is stamp in the detail. So there we go, we're going to pop that just over there. So if you want to stamp in the detail, and I'll just do one because I don't need all of them stamped in, but we'll get the small flower. What you would do is take your corresponding small flower and just take it off. I'm using the stamping platform, and you'll find this is one of the Fiona's favourites that you'll find on the website. And I am going to use, because I've put it somewhere incredibly safe. Da, da, da. Do you remember when I got that? Right. I have put on my Fiona's face, I've actually put the Flagstone waterproof ink. I've actually managed to put that somewhere incredibly safe. There you go. Not a lot really changes. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use this. Now all you need to do is just twiddle it round. So what I'm lining up is, you see this point here, just here, I'm lining that up with the point on my stamp. So then I can layer this down, hover a bit till I get it in the right place, and then stamp it down. Now I've used the waterproof die, but look how perfect is that. And if you want to do these layered stamps, all you need to do is to be doing that with them and stamping them up. So again, we'll maybe do one more. We'll do a big one. and I'll just show you how easy that is. So there's the top one of there, and we'll do a big one as well. So again, we'll get the bigger stamp this time. So let's pop that one back, and I'll pull the bigger stamp off. I'll just pick that up and pop that to just over there, just out of the way, so I don't knock it flying, because we're having one of those days. I've got 2 Facebook Lives today, did I tell you? So we're looking at the Peony collection, and then if you haven't got bored of the sound of my voice, if you come back at 3 o'clock, I'm actually looking at the large numbers and dies. We've got some shows coming up with those in the UK on Monday. So again, what I'm doing is I'm looking for, there's a point on one of the petals just here, and I'm looking for the point on my stamp as well, and I'm just going to position this just about there, I reckon. Give it a little twist, and there we go. Pop it down, and then when I lift it away, oh, that's not bad, that's not bad. You can see I could have twisted that a tiny bit, but that looks great. And can you see all the detail you've got in the centre of the flower? And if you're going to colour that, you've got plenty to go at where those colours need to go. So that is the main thing. Now, the other thing to do, there are a couple of different ways of colouring these. You could, if you wanted to, let me grab these. You'll find these pencils, by the way, are on my Fiona's faves. They're the watercolour pencils. So what you could do at this stage is just go in with your watercolour pencils, and I won't do the whole thing, but we'll just do a few bits. Just add some colour where you've got all of that fabulous shading. The thing about that is you can tell really where your colour is going to be darkest, because if you put your pencil where that shading is, can you see just there, that will show you where it's meant to go. And then I've just got a little brush and some water just to my side here, and then all you need to do with this, can you see the minute you add water to that, those pencils just pop. They really do just absolutely spring to life. And you know, even where the water is getting those papers to curl, that's going to be fantastic for your layered flowers. So have a play and colour them as you wish. So you don't have to stamp them. So if you stamp them and you want to colour them, you're going to get something you can see is beginning to shape already, which is looking good. However, what I'm going to do for these ones is we're actually going to use some of the Harmony Distress inks. So I think for a flower, I'm going to use 2, maybe 3 of the big ones, because we're going to make a huge flower, I think. And then I'm going to use a couple of the medium ones, and then maybe a couple of the smaller ones. I might use that. No, I won't. I'm going to use this one just here. So there you are. So that is going to be my peony, which we're going to decorate. But instead of spending a lot of time colouring these, the other way you can do this is you can bring in your Harmony ink pads. Here we go. And I'm using fuchsia, and I've also got some pink tulip. So in the centre, all we're going to do is just stroke these over to give me the most delicate shade of pink. Now, if you want to, you can obviously do the underneath as well, but for the sake of this, I'm just going to pop some colour on. The nice thing about these is it's so easy to do. Remember, what you've got here is you've got copier paper. Now, depending on the copier paper you use, it will depend on the amount of chalk that you've got in it. So don't worry at this stage if it's not shading as much as you normally would, because we're actually going to spray these with a little bit of water and scrunch them up. So you don't need to fret really about your peonies. So we've got a couple here. There we go. I mean, just look at that colour. I love this fuchsia colour. It's just one of my favourite pinks. It's so bright and cheerful. It really is. And then we'll maybe do just a couple of the big ones, I think. So here we go. So what I would do at this stage, once I've got a little bit of ink on all of them, And I think it was Leanne. If you watched Leanne's Facebook Live yesterday, I said I would show you how to make one of these incredible layered peonies because they are just fab. I love having the Facebook Live so we have time to show you this right from the beginning. Isn't it great? Because with the best will in the world, it's a different kind of beast to the TV where we've only got a certain amount of time to demonstrate. So that's not bad, is it? Wow, we've got all of those coloured straight away. And then what I would do is, at this point, just spritz them lightly with a little bit of water, and then what you're going to do is just scrunch them up in your hand. So all we're doing now is just scrunching them to give some of the petals some kind of dimension. Now you can take your time to do this if you really want to, but actually when you do it with the layers of copy paper, it just looks so pretty. It really does. Now what you could do at that stage is just let those dry, but I'm going to press on and grab the ones which I've already got to dry, and we're just going to put it together. So let me just grab the ones that I've done. Actually, I'll show you what I've done, then I'll show you the one which is dry. So what I would do at this stage is I would leave these to dry and then take my hot glue gun and start to assemble these. So we're just going to put a blob of glue in there and then offset. Can you see I'm just offsetting the petals so the petals are overlapping, and then we'll pop another one in the center just here. Let's go for a smaller one this time, and again I'm just offsetting those petals just very slightly, and then again. And then the nice thing about doing flowers like this is they give it a bit of a realism. They're not going to be perfect, but you know, I think that's the thing about peonies, they are perfectly imperfect every single time. And then we'll just pop a little one in the center. Now look at the dimension that I've got going on there. That is just stunning. I mean, just lovely. And of course you can, if you want, you can stamp them up as well. So if you want ones which are stamped, just stamp them with your watercolor ink. But that is an incredible petal. But if I bring this one in, the only thing I've done differently that you can see is I've just added a little center and a beautiful bead. Just looks gorgeous, but really, as you can see, incredibly easy to make up. Love that. Okay, so there's my flower done. So now we're going to use that lovely cut and emboss folder. So here goes. Where's my cut and emboss folder? And I will talk you through these and show you how we do that. So just got a piece of the card. Now this is just a tiny bit of card from that 12 by 12 pack. Absolutely gorgeous. And I've got my cut and emboss folder. So this is how they work. This is your emboss side. This Batman signal in the middle here, that is your die that you can see around there, and this is quick release foam. So leave that white foam in there. Then I want the pretty side of it, so I'm going to put it pretty side up and just close my folder. Now these are a standard cut and emboss folder. So for your standard cut and emboss folder, you generally need just your 2 outside cutting plates. So we're going to pop that there and grab this one as well and just run them through. Now if you want to give it a little bit more welly, if you're working with a thicker card, I'm just working with this paper, but if you want to give it a slightly more welly, what you can do is you can add in an extra shim. I might just add in my metal one just to see, because I do want you to be able to see this at home. So I'm just going to add this in, but what I would recommend you do is try it without first at home, because you may not need that pressure in, depending on the cardstock that you're working on. For example, if I'm working on Centura Pearl and I want to get a really nice deep emboss, it's sometimes useful just to add in that extra shim. But if your machine won't take it, you know, don't force it, because you don't need to. there we go. So let's have a look here, shall we? Oh, look at this. Oh my word, one pass, one pass. That is just stunning, is it not? Absolutely gorgeous. And what I could do if I wanted to is to use the reverse as a little mat which is going to sit behind it. I love that, absolutely love that. Okay, so to highlight this beautiful embossing, where did I put them? Aha, I did. I'm going to use the Peony gilding wax. Now this is a king gold, this one I'm using, but you will we have got all of the others in stock as well. Now these you will definitely find on the website, and they are beautiful. They're gorgeous, gorgeous, creamy. Oh, sorry about that. Little fly flew into the light, I think. So here we go. You've got that gorgeous, creamy gilding wax. This contains real metal, so a little will go a very, very long way. So to use it, you need the tiniest amount. Let me stick my hand there so you can see. Wee little amount that I've got on my finger. Pop it on your glass mat, and then all we're going to do is use our finger as the applicator and just catch all that lovely raised embossing. And the nice thing, one of the things that I love about these embossing folders, if you look at the design, for example, on the embossing folders, you will find that that design has been echoed in the papers, it's been echoed in the dies, so the swirls match the swirls beautifully that you've got in the foliage dies. The lattice on here is that exact lattice which is used in the trellis lattice, and what that does when you're making a project is it means it brings it all together. So you know, some of that hard work about making it coordinate you don't need to do, which is just fantastic. Hopefully we've still got people watching. I will have a look on the web page in a minute, and what we're going to do in a second is just put this card together. But you know, we might as well take the time that we've got when we get shows like these to really see what I'm doing with these. So there you go. Oh, that has completely transformed that piece of card. It really has. Look at that shine. Gorgeous, gorgeous, absolutely lovely. Right, okay. It's probably a good thing I didn't have that second cup of coffee before I started, you know. All I'm doing, I'm just going to grab a wet wipe and just wipe away that. The other thing which is really useful to use on that, by the way, is stick away. If you haven't seen our stick away, go and have a look for it on the website. Fabulous stuff. Look at that. Gone. Da-da! Oh, beautiful. But really simple to do, really simple to do, and the gilding wax has just gone. So let's put this card together. So I've just got myself a card blank, which I've just made, just using some white card. This is a construction card you'll find on the website. I've then taken another one of these beautiful pieces of card, and this time I'm going to use that lovely green side to give it a bit of a frame. And we're just going to open my glue. There we go. There we are. Could have done that before, but I didn't. So there we are. I wonder if anybody's doing anything to celebrate International Women's Day as well as us. If you are, write in. I'll tell you what, if any of your young grandchildren or children celebrated World Books Day, I would love to know what the kids chose. My nephew chose Zaphod Beeblebrox from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and I have to say he looked absolutely stunning as he went to school, complete with his extra head, which is always handy. I got a few strange stares as he walked down the road to the primary school, but he had a cracking time apparently. So what did your little ones, or if it was you who celebrated and you went to work dressed in a costume, what did you wear? I would love to know. So here we are. So there is that little frame. What I'm going to do for this one is, in fact, I'm going to pop this in place just using a wee bit of the hot glue. for now. Now you could use your foam pads, you could also use your 3D glue gel. It's just that I happen to have my hot glue there, so I'm going to use that. So that is going to sit just about there. This, shall we send this one out? I think we will. And then I've just cut the hello that you can see there, just using that lovely sentiment die that you would see. Do you know, I'd love to see people's makes as well, if they've actually made anything with this collection. Now that would be really nice as well. So then we're going to sit the hello just in there. I just thought, oh phew, I should have checked whether I'd actually put that card on the right way round, shouldn't I? Oh, phew. Right, and then I've just got one of the leaves just there. And what that beautiful peony, doesn't that just bring the whole card to life? I absolutely love it. So let's just stick those into position. Again, we'll just use a wee bit of the wet glue. There we go. And we'll pop our leaf, just catch the leaf in there. I might just pop a little bit more on there because I can, because it's there. And stick that beautiful peony just there. So we have used the paper pad. We've made that fabulous peony, layered peony. We've used the leaves, we've used the cut and emboss folder, and we've used the hello, and we have created a lovely card, I think. That's really nice. So that will be the card, I think, that we'll pick and choose. Shall we have a look now just at the iPad and just see who's watching, who might be leaving me a comment, who might be getting that card? So let me have a look. I'm just scrolling, so we'll just have a nose back. So let me, gosh, so many comments. Wow. So hi Ria, hi Linda, quick hellos to a few people. Hi Kirsten. Hi Jan, hello. Okay, so right, there's a peony background hot foil stamp. There. Yeah. Right, Linda, I don't know yet, but I will find out from Leanne about that peony hot foil stamp. Wink. Say no more. Okay, so we've also got, oh, thank you. Do you know, it's lovely. Cut and emboss folders are amazing. Tracy, I utterly agree with you. I think what it is it's taken so long to get that perfect, and I think Leanne has done the most amazing job of getting that perfect. A demo using the filigree edgeable. Denise, if you go to that Fiona's Faves page just at the bottom, which is the Fiona's Faves just here, click on that link on the little video, and that one has got a card made using that beautiful edgeable. If we get a chance, I will, but we'll just see how we're going for time, because this time just is disappearing so fast. Let me see if we've got idea of what Claire, the single four press letters. Oh, Claire, I will find out for you, because I don't know yet. I don't know when they're going to be available. I'm sure it won't be. Hello, Melissa. Hi. Let me see if we've got any. Why are you not using rocker blocks anymore? I use whatever I happen to have to hand, is the honest answer. I love my rocker blocks, but what I like about the mat and the stamping platform is the precision placement. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know I cannot stamp anything in a straight line. So usually if I'm using a rocker block, what I would do is I stamp it and then I trim it to make it straight. So actually that beautiful grid platform, the thing that I love about this particularly is what I'm getting is I can line up my grids on here, and I can line up the grid on here, and what that means is I can actually stamp things that are actually straight. So for me, this is fantastic, because straight lines for me are tricky, if I'm really honest with you. So hopefully that answers your question, Pauline Margaret. Let's see if I can see any other. Could you ink the paper first, then die cut? Sharon, yes, absolutely you could. I find it easier to match it up the other way, but if you find it easier to do it that way, then just do it like that, so that's fine. Oh, thank you for all the people who are enjoying the Facebook Lives, that's great. Oh, Donna, I'm glad I could help you with the copy of Paper Flowers. look amazing, don't they? Because you don't need a thick, stiff paper. Now look at that one. I mean, it's just looking gorgeous. And of course, the advantage of doing it with the copy paper as well is it's not going to add weight to your projects. Okay, so let's see, how are we doing with time? Do you know, I've just lost all my, there we go, found them all again. Good, right, so shall we crack on and do another demonstration, because the time is just disappearing. I talk too much, maybe that's what it is. So we'll keep an eye, we'll come back and we'll have another look at those, but let me just grab my next demonstration, because we are going to make a fabulous box. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Really lovely. So we're going to be using the dies. We're going to be using this wonderful trellis die. So that's the one we're going to be cutting next. So here we go. Here we go. Let me just move that to one side, because otherwise, no, I'll leave it there. I was going to move it because otherwise I will lose it, but we will pop it right here. And I will just grab my bits and pieces. So, moving on. There we go. Da, 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 da. That's there. That's there. There's the piece of card I was looking for. Never far away. I just have to find it. So this is that fantastic trellis die. And you can see I haven't actually, there's a couple of bits there I just need to poke out. Pokey tools are really handy. You'll find these on the website. I've just got a couple of bits in here. The only reason I'm cleaning these out is because I want to get all of the detail. You may get it if you poke it out. There's always one, isn't there? There's always one you miss. Sometimes if you hold it over a piece of black card, they're just easier to see. Top tip, there we go. I feel I should have had a light bulb, but we'll imagine it going off above my head. Okay, so we're going to cut this. So I've got some of a craft card, and what we're going to do is just cut that beautiful, beautiful trellis die. So I want the frame, and I want to use the centre as well. So let's just move these over, and we will pop those on. Now this will cut out in two separate bits, but that is what I want for my card, because this has got an outer cutting edge and an inner cutting edge, so it's going to cut the whole of the frame, and then that beautiful trellis is going to cut to give me like a trellised circle. If you use the trellis on its own, it will actually cut in that detail, and the detail will stay, because there's not a continuous outside cutting edge around there. So if you want to cut out a trellis oval, you need to do them both together, just like that. And then we will just pop on our other mats and pop it through. There we go. Do you know the nice thing about this Gemini being hands-free, she says as she moves her glue gun out the way, is that I can just clear a bit of space to grab the next thing I need whilst that's happening, which is kind of handy. There we go. Right. Dun, dun, dun. There it is. Good. Okay. So these are cut and embossed dies, but let me turn this over. You can see already that has die cut beautifully. Absolutely amazing. Doesn't that look gorgeous? You can see the cut is just superb. So I'm going to leave that there and not even disturb my tape, because I don't want to jog my die, but I am going to emboss it. So to emboss, you're going to pop that embossing mat on, and then pop your plastic mat on, and then we'll pop the other cutting plate and just run it through just to get the embossed detail, which is gorgeous. There we go. Good, 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 good. So there are those bits done. Oh, yeah, look at all of those bits. They are fantastic, aren't they? Now, you could, if you want, you can save those for another project, but I'm just going to shake them into the bin for now because I'm being good. Do you know, I do like this craft room. It's rather fab, rather fab. So here, let me just take my tape away, just there, and that bit's just away. Look at the fineness of this. Oh my word, just look at that. Is that not just extraordinary? The detail on that is amazing and beautifully matches that wonderful detail that you're going to get in your embossing folder as well. And again, let's just grab this, there we go. Pop my die back and just get a shot of those bits. Well, I don't know where the time goes. I really don't. Just disappears. Makes you wonder how I ever have time when people are chatting, when we're chatting on the... Oh my word, oh my word, oh my word. Look at that. I'm going to grab that and pop that behind there. Look at that. Look at the detail. It is stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. I hope you're loving these. It is one of my favourite dies. It really is. Right, okay, so on to the next thing. Really need to put that card somewhere safe so I don't lose it. So let's pop that in there and I will talk you through and explain what I have done, because if I speed up a bit, we might even get the whole 3 demos done that I was hoping to do. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so what I did was I scored myself my box lid, and then I've taken that outer cutting die, and can you see what I did was I've just run that through and cut that, and that's created that beautiful aperture for me. And then I've got some acetate with a bit of red liner tape which I'm going to put behind it to create the lid of my box. So first things first, let's fold, put my bone folder somewhere safe, that's fine. Nails were invented before bone folders, so we'll just use that. It is handy having nails which are rock hard, but use your bone folder at home. You don't have to use your nails. So there we go. The other thing which is an absolute blessing these days are those fantastic scissors that Leanne has created, which of course I put somewhere else really safe, which I'll show you maybe later on. Okie dokie. Where did my pokey tool go? Aha! Buried it. Bear with, bear with. Right. Do that's my husband's most unfavourite phrase that I use is bear with. He really doesn't like it. It's very funny. It makes me smile every time I use it. I don't do it deliberately, honest. So here we are. I'm just taking off the red liner tape. Now red liner tape you'll also find on the web, and of course it should be under Fiona's faves. If not, you'll find it in the glues and adhesives section anyway. So that is going to go just there, and then we are just going to decorate the lid of the box. So what I've done to decorate the lid of the box is I've just taken some of these beautiful sentiments. The other thing I've done, can you see, is I've used that same die to cut a perfect aperture which is going to match beautifully on my box lid just there. Can you see? There we are, which has cut out the perfect aperture. So let's get this down first. Now I'm going to use wet glue just to pop this bit down, just so it gives me a wee bit of wiggle room, and it will also give some extra strength to the box lid. So if you were putting a present in here and you wanted it to stay beautifully, you absolutely can do. So there we are, we're just matched up, and the joy of the collal is it just gives me that extra bit of wiggle room to get that all lined up. We will then do the same on the sides just here. So, and this time I'm going to use that lovely contrast colours. Look how well those colours work though together, because that green on the base there works perfectly to pick up the green in the flowers. And this is the thing about those paper pads, you know, all of the colours are going to work beautifully together because the whole thing was designed to work together. So I'm just going to pop a little strip there and then 2 further ones on the ends. I just think this is really fresh and springtime. You know, thinking about Easter coming up and presents and spring fairs, these would be lovely little keepsakes, wouldn't they, to have if you're not doing chocolates or something. You know, maybe people have sworn off chocolate for Lent, or maybe they've just sworn off chocolate because they're eating healthily. Who knows? It seems a very drastic thing to do, in my opinion, but there we go. So there's the outline of the box. Then what I'm going to do, you'll see what I've done is I've run these through my Xyron and then run them through my Gemini just to break the adhesion, so that this has made this all sticky. I'm just going to tease that bit down into position. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come here, and that is going to fit just in here. Just going to move that down a wee bit. There we go. And we will just, before I stick that down, I'm just going to make sure that I have got that in the position I want it to. Until you actually pop it down, you have got some movement in here. So just take your time, measure it up. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And then we're going to do the same in the center. I've done exactly the same. So we've just run that through, broken the adhesion. That is going to sit just beautifully in there. And before we go any further, I'm just going to make this box lid up. So just for speed, so I'm not having to hold it, what we will do is just use our trusty tape pen. Have you seen the dotty tape pens, by the way? Oh my word, genius idea. Dots on a roll so that you can use them with your die cuts. Absolutely fantastic. So just folding that in to make our box lid and giving it a quick rub so that the heat from our hands just helps that glue to hold. There we go. There we are. I'm just going to push my little strips into position. There we are. So there is the box lid beginning to look good. And then what I've done with the flowers, if you can see, I'm going to have a couple of flowers on this just at the side there. So there's one which is already glued, and I'm just going to glue that. So exactly the same way, but this time I've stamped it and then coloured it. So here we're going to do is just pop this on, and so you can see this one, and then I think we'll have a look at some more fabulous samples and see how we're getting on. So right, we'll have one of the peonies just there. In fact, do you know, I don't often do symmetrical, but I'm going to do, there we are, I'm going to stick that one just there, and I'm just going to have, going across the centre, I'm going to stick my congratulations, because I think that, so the congratulations is just one of those fabulous die cuts. So that is going to sit just there. And then you'll see this one I've done slightly differently, but if I bring this one in, which is all finished, there we go. But the fun thing is you can take exactly the same elements and then change it up each time. So each one can be different, which is a lovely thing to do, I think. So shall we have, if I grab some of these from where I knocked them over earlier. Okay, let's have a look at some samples, then we'll have another look at the messages, see if anybody's got any questions. But take a look at this. Is that not just adorable? So it's got one of the toppers on there which has got some sparkle. You've got that beautiful peony stamp just there, which looks great. But I love this as well, completely different way of using it. So instead of using the dies to cut it out, they've just been used as stamps, which looks amazing. And here I like this one as well. So if you've got our lovely sentiment ones before, can you see how that's been used together? Just works so well. The inside of that card looks stunning, and with the butterflies as well. I know we're going to give another look on this one, but I do love it. That is gorgeous, that 12 by 12 peony pack. And look how sumptuous that peony looks. It is absolutely extraordinary. Right, shall we have a look at the email and we'll see if we've had any other questions. So let me have a nose through. Oh, okay. Let's have a look. Oh, thing 1 and 2. Irene, I love that idea. That was from the World Book Day. So thank you. Thank you, Con. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And I'm glad you're enjoying the classes. That's the thing with these. It's that we maybe take our time. So maybe I'll do 2 demonstrations, maybe I'll do 3. But the thing is, you get to see them step by step. And it's lovely to have the time to do that. Oh, we've got someone from Perth, Western Australia. One of my favourite cities, Louise. I love it in Perth. It's like Kingston-on-Thames, but with sunshine. Gorgeous. Fantastic. Con won a card before, which is great. Really lovely. Oh, Marie, never mind that you arrived late. You'll be able to catch this up because we're going to keep the video live on there as well. I'm so pleased you're enjoying them. Somebody's having a cup of tea. Do you know, I think I'm going to do that in a minute. Have I missed any questions? I'm hoping not. I'm just going to scroll. Oh, somebody said something about the Xyron there. Love the peony collection. Oh, what did I use for the centre of the flowers? Okay, so the centre of the flowers is a little die in the peony collection, which you'll see, and that will cut you the perfect centre, or you can just use a little gem, whatever it is. So let's have a look. I hope you will, after this Facebook Live, go and have a look at the website. Remember, with the website, you've got Fiona's faves down there, so you can have a look and you'll see all the different things that I've been using during the live. Also, it is International Women's Day, so if you're watching this on the 8th of March, you will be able to take advantage of the 10% which we've got across everything on the website, whether you're in the US or you're in the UK, which is amazing. And so the only thing I've got to do, what I've got here is I've got my live. I am going to go, oh, you used to go to school in Kingston-on-Thames and now in Nebraska. How amazing, how amazing. I will say hello to Kingston-on-Thames next time I'm shopping. Right, you can see I have got all my comments here. So just scrolling all the way down and all the way up. So I am going to just stop this at random. Violet Dollinger Hastings from North Carolina. You are the winner of my fabulous card. So Violet Dollinger Hastings, you're the winner. Congratulations, well done. One of the team will be in contact with you after this Facebook Live and we'll get your address and get you to send that and we'll get this card sent off to you. So, guys, amazing. Wow, thank you so much. Hope you can come back at 3 o'clock and join me because we're going to be looking at the large number dies and having a quick sneaky peek at what's on the shows on Create and Craft on Monday. So I will see you soon. I'm going to go and have a cup of coffee and read all of your lovely comments. So take care.